Good morning everyone, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good, because it is good to feel good. I am very exhausted. I managed to get some form of sleep when I got back from that massive trip yesterday. But here we are, it's now time to check out. I am heading home today, and these last few days in the Balkans have just been lovely. And again, it's one of those great first time experiences that I've had when I've travelled to this region, so definitely opens the door in my opinion for coming back in the future. Anyway, I'm just about to catch my cab to the airport and head home from there. And then you guys know the drill by now, because I live so far in the northeast of England compared to where I used to live 5 years ago. It's a long trek, so we've got a long travel day ahead of us. But without further ado, let's get going and let's head home. Okay, I've just made it to Tirana International Airport. We've got here with plenty of time, and I always get worried, like, you know, when we get stuck in traffic or anything like that, if we're going to be late, but we're here with plenty of time. Anyway, what I need to do first of all is I actually need to go check in. For some strange reason, BA would allow us to check in for the flight going out to Tirana, but not coming back from Tirana. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, I'm going to go find the BA check-in desk and check in from there. Got through security, that was all fine and dandy, so to say. You can probably tell the bag from that. I feel really tired. So, hopefully flight should be boarding shortly, and then hopefully there should be a smooth enough journey back to London Heathrow. I'll tell you what I do need to get, and I'm really gutted because I've not been able to find a pharmacy so far at the airport. I really need some ibuprofen, because I've got a little, I don't know why I'm mentioning this, but I've got a little toothache that's just started up here. And yeah, it's not doing myself any favours, and I feel it makes me feel all lightheaded all of a sudden. And I feel like when I'm on my flight in particular, because of high like pressure in the cabin, that's gonna like, you know, that's gonna like just, you know, throw me into disarray and stuff like that. So hopefully not too shabby of a flight, fingers crossed to that. Okay, we're boarding now, but I might as well enjoy this nice warm Albanian air until the next time. It's lovely out here. I might as well just stay. Don't want to go back home. Okay, we have made it to the plane. This is the go home section of the vlog, which you guys are always used to. Got my lovely window seat as per usual, and I don't know why, but this time around I did a case of where I was on like the left-hand side flying out, and then on the right-hand side coming back. So I'm basically going to see the exact same thing, like, you know, outside this. You know what I mean? I'm going to see exactly what I saw, but in the opposite direction. But anyway, it's about 2.5 hour flight thereabouts, and then we should be back at Heathrow with good time before then heading back home from there. Okay, we have landed back at London Heathrow, and we have arrived ahead of schedule as well, which is always a good shout. And especially with my onward connections, you know, I always love to give myself plenty of time before I get back to King's Cross and then catch my train later on. And thankfully, all's well and good. No shenanigans as of yet, and I'm going to manifest that no more shenanigans with this journey home. But anyway, let's go ahead back to arrivals, pick up the suitcase, and then head on to central London from there. Okay, and we are now at King's Cross. I can see my scheduled train for later is not cancelled, so we're doing very good on that front. But here's an even cooler thing. So I've done the thing. You probably know what I'm talking about. I did a seatfrog upgrade again. Genuinely, I put the bid in when I was coming back from Kosovo yesterday, on the way back to Albania, and sure enough, it was like successful, and I don't have to wait like the half an hour, like, you know, to be successful. I got successful straight away. Anyway, let's go check out the lounge. I know I coined it last time I was here 6 months ago, but yeah, we've got a loo with a view again. This is lovely. Look at all the lovely trains that are about. I'm just trying to figure out which is which. You've got a Great Northern train, you've got, that's an Eleni-Arazuma, you've got a Lumo train, another Eleni-Arazuma, and then a Grand Central train just in the distance. So yeah, just sit here watching the trains for however long it is until I need to catch my own train. Okay, just like that, it's time to go home, time to head back north. And this should be a nice, smooth journey back home. And I'll see you when we get back. So one of my favourite things in first class on the LNER at the moment is on the menu, because it's like dinner time now basically. There's all sorts of options. One option that stood out for me though is toasted tea cake, and I'm like, I love a good toasted tea cake, so I'm just gonna butter this up now, and we're gonna have a lovely time enjoying a toasted tea cake. Beautiful. Hello, mother. Oh, hello.
See you. Oh, love you. We're at our 20-minute now.
Well, let's go. And I've just made it home. Now, normally there would be a really nice, fluffy companion coming to meet us. This is the first time that I've actually travelled since we've lost Dory. It's been a month since we lost her, and there's a lovely little picture of her there. And one thing that I always used to love was, you know, her coming to see me every time. And, you know, we lost her a month ago. But, you know, we always hold on to those memories. We had her for 13 years. And you know, just imagine her being with me right now. Oh. I will talk in depth about it, but I really do miss her. So I did just quickly want to acknowledge that, because, you know, it's been, what, 5 weeks to the day since we had her put to sleep, so it did, I just knew coming back home it was just going to be like, oh, Dory's not going to be there. But, you know, she's there in spirit, and, you know, we hold on to those memories. Anyway, I have just made it back home, and we're gonna do the usual. Oh, hello.
Sorry.
No, that's alright. You can come say hi. Give me my blanket.
Hi, Vivi. It's lovely to have you home, and thank you for my lovely presents.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, darling.
Anyway, it's nice to be back home, but one thing I do just quickly want to say, just to wrap all of this up, is these last few days have been incredible. I know I've spent the vast majority of my time in Albania, but I do also want to quickly acknowledge, you know, my time that I spent in Kosovo and North Macedonia yesterday. It's been an amazing trip, it has, and, you know, I'm quite sad to be back home now, but, you know, we're preparing for all the next trips and what we do. Still not quite sure what's next, but you know what I'm like, I'm very spontaneous, and, you know, I can easily book a trip on a moment's notice, and then we just go out and have a good time. Yeah, that's what we will do. But overall, I've really enjoyed these last few days, you know, getting to see in and around Tirana, going to Durrës, you know, going to Lake Bovila, and then of course as part of yesterday's trip, you know, Prizren in Kosovo and Shkope in North Macedonia, and you know, just getting to explore all sorts of things and learn a lot about like local history as well. I know for a lot of this region, you know, there's a very fractured like past in terms of like, you know, being ruled under like dictatorships, Albania being under communist rule and all sorts. It's interesting to learn about. And I'll tell you one thing I did read when I was at the pyramid in Tirana the other day was how it was originally built as like a museum to the Albanian dictator Enver Hoxha, and then like I've seen, you know, in like kind of more since then it's kind of been like, you know, when you climb up the stairs it's symbolic of like the rise above oppression and like, you know, the rise above dictatorship, and I think that's quite a cool metaphor to describe that. And you know, you learn a lot. I've learned a lot about everything that's happened in the region, and it's crazy to think how a lot of like kind of like what happened in the 90s, you know, I was either not born yet or, you know, I was only just a few years old, so interesting, definitely. But yeah, Albania's been wonderful. I've met some really lovely people, I've explored some really lovely locations, and I definitely, you know, I know it's my age-old thing where I'm like, I definitely would not rule against going back again. I definitely wouldn't. And I think, you know, I'm thinking like, you know, do we do more countries? Yeah, definitely do some more countries. And I feel like, you know, if we did like, say, the entirety of the Balkans, say like we start in Bosnia and then go all the way around. And I think we might just have to do that at some point. It'll be really cool. But anyway, that is the end of my vlogs here from my time in Albania, as well as Kosovo, North Macedonia. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the usual stuff and end off here, but leave you with some advice, and that is always to enjoy yourself, stay safe, and make the most of every opportunity that comes your way. Thank you for watching, and peace.